guest speaker.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Karibu sana.
Okay. Thank you so much, my host of today. And I believe I'm so audible. You guys can hear me wherever you are. And we are joined by guests from different parts of this world. So if you can hear me, I want someone to type the power night, because tonight is a night that definitely we'll have to remember. So someone type the power night. I see that we have individuals and people from different parts of the world, which is something so amazing. So I'll go straight to an introduction of myself. So my name is Meshak Seitabao, and in this amazing organization and the gathering we have today, I'm ranked as a top one earner for the last 2 consecutive years now. And that is something so good, something to thank God for, because it's an honor. And also I lead an organization called the Superiors. So I'm the president of the team, and by profession I'm an accountant. And according to the last ranking, that was 2024-2025, in the whole of Kenya, I emerged top 11. And on top of that, having influenced a total of 950 million in sales volume in the last 5 years of me being in this amazing industry. And I understand that all of us have a lot of questions of maybe how is it possible that in only 5 years, such figures and such money is being mentioned. Now, I don't want you to get scared, but I want you to get the most from the session of tonight. I want you to learn. I want you to go through the experience. I want you to get the exposure. And I also want you to feel the energy that will come in within this session we have today. It is always said that when someone wants to start something, let me say you want to build a house, you'll definitely start with a foundation. And the foundation has to be strong, so that maybe you can build a tall building, or you can build a strong house that can withstand the wind, that can withstand the storm. So meaning, I also had a beginning when I started this kind of business, or before I engaged this kind of organization. I had a beginning and I had a life that was going on. And, you know, I have an amazing story, and definitely we are going to see, how is the life of Meshak, who I am. We are going to see that in the session of today, and what is my goal, because each and every single person today has a goal, something you are working on. A goal is something that you want to achieve, maybe in a month, maybe in a year or so. So when I first of all, came across such kind of a business, I definitely had how to call humble beginnings. I had, a beginning, or we can say a start. So back then, immediately after completing my high school in 2019, I really wanted to go for a very long holiday. So in one or the other, the pandemic came and it gave me a very long holiday, almost a year. So that was in 2020 now. So sitting back there at home, I really had nothing to do. So I was basically an ordinary person until I joined Mount Kenya University, whereby I wanted to pursue finance and accounting. So I was inspired greatly academically by my elder sister who used to work in the bank. And I said, I'm also going to become an accountant. And that is exactly what I went to study for, because I also loved mathematics, a subject that most of the people never want to hear about. And I loved the figures, and I said, I'm in for it. But the first picture the picture that I'm having a blue blazer, that was my first time when I ever, showed up for an entrepreneurship summit, because in campus, life was so tough. And I used to call my sister to give me, some amount of money, maybe to sustain myself. and she could give me so many problems than those that I was having. And mind you, that was the same career I was pursuing. So in a way, it discouraged me so much because I never wanted to be broke. So I decided, let me look for something that probably can generate me an extra income. So this kind of business was presented to me, despite the fact that, of course, every beginner will always begin, or every master will always have a beginning. So that was a beginning of me. And I never worried. I never had to have a million questions. I made some friends in campus, happened that I was someone who was a little bit outgoing. And the moment, I showed up for a financial summit, an online session like this, and also a physical session, there are a lot of things that, crossed my mind. And I decided I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to become someone probably who would, start making money by my own, or making money by myself. So I had to, understand who are some of the people who are doing greatly, in terms of business in the world today. And some of those people are people like, the Hebrew, the Jews. These are people who have mastered and have understood business. And when we go to the Hebrew community, they say that someone who is a businessman is a man of faith. They refer him as a ohomein, meaning you can start the entrepreneurship journey and all you need is just faith. So there are a lot of concepts that, I had to catch up with. And there are so many reasons that made me to, venture or to start such kind of a business. So there are a few reasons that I want to share with you. Why did I decide to join such kind of a business? And I have done it now for a total of 5 years. So in another language, you could say half a decade. I wanted to make an extra income. That is number one reason. Number two, I wanted to reach a level of what we call financial freedom, whereby I have plenty of my time. I also wanted to get access to travel opportunities across the world. I wanted to, on my bucket list, I had a list of almost 50 countries plus that I wanted to travel to before that. And I could check my field of accounting. I could see that that is not possible. I also wanted to build what we call a social network, help enough people also fulfill their dreams. And by that, I could have fulfilled my purpose. So this industry was something that I had to consider. I also wanted to acquire new skills and elevate my thinking, because I had to become better for me to attract better. I also decided this industry in order to build what we call a cash flow that could help me do some more investments. Something that, I could sit down and say, money is working for me, maybe in a few years to come. And I also wanted, to help my family and retire my parents. Our parents are getting old, more so the generation we are in right now. You find out that, they are all you, they are actually, all they have. You are what, probably they are depending on. I also wanted to become my own boss and a CEO. I never wanted to my time to be limited, probably by someone. I really wanted to be someone who is free. More so, when I was studying in school, I never loved what we call the bell. When the bell was rung, I used to feel like, my freedom is being limited, or maybe I'm in a cage. So when I come outside here, I now wanted to get what we call that freedom. So those are some of the reasons. But before I considered all these reasons, I'm a great student of Robert T. Kiyosaki. This is a great entrepreneur and also a great author. And I learned a few things from him, that the only legal ways someone can make money and the only known ways someone should make money that is allowed in all the governments across the world is either someone is an employee, someone is self-employed, someone has a business, or someone has started an investment. And he explained a concept called leverage. And this concept called leverage is a concept whereby you make money, either you're there or not, by having a certain structured system that will work for you. Now, let's take a look at the concept of the cash flow quadrant. So you can decide that I'm going to study, go to school, get good grades, and get a good job, and you become an employee. So which place are you going to fall in? You become an employee. So you make money by working for others. The 24 hours, 16 hours you have a day, you have to show up so that you can be given money. Now, does the concept of leverage really apply? I'm not sure, but I don't really think it does. And you can also decide, I'm going to open maybe a business based on what I studied for. Maybe you are a doctor and you say, I'm going to open a clinical medicine or a pharmaceutical. Maybe you studied, catering, you decide I'm going to open a hotel or something. So it means someone who is self-employed, you make money by owning a job and working for yourself. So I don't think the concept of leverage applies there. So I got to learn that that concept still requires most of my time. I have to show up in the morning. Probably if I'm going to open a job, I'm still going to be there and I might not make money, without my presence. Now, I understood a concept that I could own a system by becoming a business owner. And once I become a business owner, it definitely means I can have a system that can work for me. So in business, in the other side of the cash flow quadrant, we say you own a system that makes money for you. Now, in other words, you can also become an investor. And this is actually the safe side of the cash flow quadrant. Either you go all in business or investment. But again, you'll realize for you to make a lot of money by becoming an investor, your money or other people's money will work for you. And that is the safest part of understanding the cash flow quadrant. Now, I fell under the business owner, whereby I could get a system that will work for me. But in other terms, there are concepts that I had to understand. There are concepts that I had to adapt to. And this concept is understanding how economies have been changing over and over the years. So back in the days, people were living in a world whereby they used to transform materials. So they used to do what we call small-scale farming, hunting and gathering for them to survive. And those were the richest people. There came a time whereby people used to, people engaged in what we call transforming energy. People invented steam engine. People used to do large-scale farming. And at this time, this is whereby, a lot of people became so wealthy, people like Henry Ford. And time went by. And if we try and look at the last 2 centuries, people went into what we call transforming information. Talk of people like Bill Gates, talk of people like Elon Musk, talk of people like Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg. All these people, they ventured in all what we call computing information, that is knowledge and algorithms. And that is how these people were able to become so wealthy. If we compare those people and people who, used to live back in the days, ways of making money have really changed, or accumulating wealth per se. So these are concepts that I had to understand. More so, I understood that, why should you probably get to know how money has been evolving day in, day out. And I had to get a concept of how have people been doing transaction over and over the years. So people used to do barter trade. You exchange your cow with cereals. People went now and they started doing mining, whereby you can just, get gold as a form of transaction. Remember someone like Mansa Musa. This guy collapsed a whole economy in Egypt, back in the days, meaning that was the mode of transaction, meaning things have been evolving. Money has been evolving. And there came a time now, people decided, let's make the mode of currency, just some metal coins. And this century we are in, we met the paper money. and we are using it today, but you realize not all the people love to carry cash today. Someone will prefer to use the cards. Someone will prefer to go to the bank. Someone will prefer to put their money in the debit or credit card either. And today we are in what we call electronic money, whereby people use money, via M-Pesa, USDT, all those. And we are moving now so fast to what we call, these digitalized currencies, whereby you need probably some mode of PayPal to exchange your money. So if you understand this concept of money, it means you can also understand the concept of generating wealth. And that is not all. There is something that was so good for me. And I don't know if you guys are together with me. If you are in the session and you are listening me clearly wherever you are and you are learning something, I want you to go and type the power of a system. Someone type the power of a system. I want to see, who am I engaging with? Are people learning? Are people getting good concepts? Someone type the power of a system. Good. I really see that you guys are following, and I love that. Now, on top of that, someone will say, maybe, why should I decide to venture into entrepreneurship? And why should I decide to become, one of the top 1% of the world? Or what can I do? Because if there is something that is always limiting a lot of people not to become successful, is the know-how. You don't know what to do. And some of the greatest leaders in this world used to call it probably, lack of information or lack of knowledge, not knowing at all. And today, I'm going to give you, the know-how. I'm going to give you the solution or the answer to all the questions you have. The richest people in the world today are actually 75% entrepreneurs, 15% are investors, 7% are people who have inherited wealth, 3% are actors and sportsmen, and you can see there clearly 0% of them are employees. So I don't know where you fall in here. Are you among the 75% who are entrepreneurs? Are you among the 15% who are investors? Are you someone who knows clearly that I will inherit billions of money? Definitely you couldn't be in this meeting either. If I told maybe you are a 3% actor or a sportsman, maybe probably it means you make a very small percent of the world population. Now, the question is, are you part of the 0% who are employees? Meaning we are being told here, according to the real discovery, there is no employee who has ever made it to become the richest man today. So tonight, that is why we call it the power night. Probably you will change your mindset forever, and you might never fall in the bracket of the people who probably will not make it to the richest people in the world. So I want you to decide, where am I going to fall in? Are you going to become an entrepreneur? Are you going to become an investor? Probably if you want to become an investor, you should be having roughly above 100 million in your bank account. I don't know if you fall to become an investor. Now, and for you to become a multi-millionaire today, someone be like Mr. Meshach, for you to become a business owner, or for you to become a millionaire, or for you to become among the richest people in the world today, you need 7 to 8 streams of income. Let me repeat, for you to become a millionaire, you need 7 to 8 streams of income. But let me give you the good news. When I came and saw this presentation model, I was introduced to a system whereby there are 8 ways of making money, and all compressed under one system. That is whereby I had to look clearly. What are these people saying? There is a system that I can make money, and there are 8 streams of income under one system. That caught my attention. And I was like, this is what I need. I started thinking back. I am an accountant. The only way I can make money is to show up with my blue suit every single day and sit in a desk and probably count money for people, balance ledgers, and I couldn't achieve my dreams. Why don't I, try and study this system that can help me? I was introduced to a system whereby I can first of all make money by just sharing information, and they call it direct connecting bonus. I can also make more money by, matching out, and they call it match pairing bonus. Also, there is retail profit, unilevel, stair step, new ranks, PMA, and royalty income. All these compressed under a system. Understand, we are in the 21st century, and the 21st century is a century that everybody needs to understand that this is a century like no other century. The last century we were in is the industrial, industrial economy, which is the 20th century. People used to go to school, get good grades, get good jobs, and the markets are saturated today. But what if I told you that in this 21st century we are in today, all you need is a username and password and become so wealthy? Talk of a company like Safaricom. That company is a company which is a multi-billion-dollar company today. All they have is systems. Talk of, Airbnb. They are just systems, and they are billion-dollar companies. Talk of Facebook and Instagram. They just share information and people make money. Someone like Mark Zuckerberg, the richest person among the richest people in the world, they have systems. So systems are things that we need in the 21st century to build wealth. Now, in this business, I was introduced to what we call an hybrid hyperloop system. All I needed is a username and password, and I was able to make money. I was also told the children of the 21st century will need to inherit username and password. And I was like, I am not going to be left behind, And I also saw what we call legalities. And I saw that if I'm going to engage in such kind of a business, I'm definitely going to be, someone who's doing something legal. I saw the KEBS. I saw the KRA, meaning these people pay tax to the government. I also saw the license in the office. And within my first 2 weeks, because I set up my account, I never hesitated. I said, if this business is paying people, it must pay me. I had to meet all the qualifications which were given, and I'm going to give you. You need to stay till the end of the session because I'll come to that. In my first week of joining the business, I made a total of 15,000 Kenyan shillings. Yesterday, I was going through my email. I just went and typed KRA. And I went down, I saw this 15,000 Kenyan shillings made on 2021. I want you to check the date, made on 2021 January. I joined the business on the 13th of January 2021. So between that period, I had already made 15,000 Kenyan shillings. And I was sent this alert. And I saw it clearly. I saw everything, and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. If this business already has given me a proof that it can pay me 15,000 Kenyan shillings in only my first 2 weeks, then I'm going to do this business forever. So I never hesitated. And I said, I'm going to be part of this business. Can someone go and type transformation? Go and type the word transformation in the type inbox. I want to see the energy in the meeting. I want to see an excited audience. Perhaps that is when I'll definitely continue. Someone type transformation, meaning there's a great man who said, if you can make $1, it means you can make more. So the 15,000 was enough to convince me that I can do more. I could also visit the physical offices. I first visited the office in Nairobi CBD. I saw that this is an office which is just next to, the parliament, an office which is next to Nyayo House, GPO, located in the central district of, of the capital city of Kenya. And I was like, this is something I need. It gave me some more confidence, Also in Eldoret, there was another one. And I was like, this is all I need. Now, I understood the first way of making money clearly, that I just need to share information. I just need to tell someone about this business and I will be paid 6,000. That is the news that I wanted. I just need to share information. I started making some calculation. How many friends do I know? Since I was ever born, how many people have I ever interacted with? That was enough to give me the energy to join. Imagine if you just share the information with someone, one person, you get paid 6,000. How about 8 people? That is 48,000. That was something I already wanted to hear. And I was told. Number two, I was told if you want to make more money, there is the system gives you more privileges. I mean, the system is designed in a binary form, meaning you just need your left and your right and you make 4,800. And if that system compounds, meaning the first two individuals you introduce, which it is not even a must for you to be the one who introduced all of them, you can still get a spillover support system, you will make 4,800 in as much as your system detects a person on the left and on the right. I said, this is something I want. I remember the word of Albert Einstein when he was explaining the power of the compound effect. And he said, something that compounds is something that can become so big. And I remembered those words. And I saw the 4,800 compounding. I saw the 2 people becoming 10 people, and the 10 people becoming 100, and the 100 becoming thousands of people below my organization. And I said, I'm going to start. I believe in growth, and growth is also going to happen for me. And with no time, I'm going to build it so big. Now, with the mind of an entrepreneur, I want you to think, if you personally saw the business, you love the business, join the business, meaning you already have people like you outside here in this world we are in, and you can also do it, And I'm introducing to you something we call the power of 2. I only required my first 2 for me to become a multi-millionaire. I became a millionaire by the age of 20 turning 21, meaning the power of 2 really helped me. I never wanted or needed the whole world. I only needed my first 2. You can imagine, or you can see the vision. I know I'm speaking to open-minded individuals, open-minded people who see a greater future ahead of them. Now, I just want to tell you that's not all. Whatever excited me the most is what we call the products. The products that this amazing company has. You can imagine you accessing wealth, you accessing unlimited income, and on top of that now, you coming and accessing what we call good health. In every family today, don't be lied upon, there is someone who's always probably facing a health problem. Why is our company a billion-dollar company? Why is it in existence for over 20 years and over existent in our country, Kenya, for a total of 10 years? It is because of these amazing products that are so unique. Weight loss, beverages, toothpaste, beauty cosmetics, all of them in there. And I also saw that they are verified by KEBS, meaning the government has allowed it to operate within the netizens. Muslims can use it because of halal. And I was like, I am in for it. This is what I need. This is what I want. And I might not even have mentioned all the product. There are so many. I have just displayed a few of them for you. And the moment you get a chance to understand them, you'll realize we have so much amazing products. And these are the things that really excited Mr. Meshach to become part of this business. Now, I started with my first 2 people that I knew. I never went so far. I introduced the business to my first friends of mine whom I used to study with. The 15,000 that I made on my first, encashment, first 2 weeks, I went and I made a very nice suit, because it is said, as a man, always dress sharp no matter the occasion. Have those words in your mind. No matter the occasion, always look sharp. I never wanted to look like my problems anymore. I said, I'm going to look, I'm going to look great. I had to go visit my tailor. His name is Fred in Thika. I told him, Mr. Fred, I want you to take me some measurements. He asked me, are you going to a wedding? No, I told him, no, I just want to look good. I just want to look, decent. I don't want to look like my problem. And I saw the guy smiling, meaning the business was already transforming me. I never, discovered this business. I was shown this business by a friend of mine. We grew up together with him. His name is Joseph. So Joseph showed me this business. And I said, I told him, yes, I'm going to start and I'm not going to hesitate. What is needed? And I was like, I'm going to meet all the requirements needed. So we started growing. I didn't join because I saw him making the millions, because of the vision. He showed me the vision. He showed me that Meshach, in the first 6 months, you'll at least made a step. In the next 2 months, you'll already have taken a whole lap. And within probably the first 3 years, you'll definitely have, done way too much through this business. And I told him, okay, let's start the journey together. We started growing. A lot of transformation happened from the past, to the recent. It is said, just look for that money and you will really know how you look like. A lot of transformation happened. Growth continued happening. I was also told that I will travel the world. Someone type travel the world in the type inbox. Someone type travel the world. I was told I can move to different destinations. And I said, are you sure? Within my first 4 months, I qualified for my first vacation to Diani. I went to Diani, just a local vacation, because I knew that, yes, if other people are winning, then my time is also going to come and I'm also going to win. We also went to Wasini. Wasini was a nice place just around, here in our country. And I will tell you, go to Diani. You'll realize here in Kenya, we still have some of the cleanest and the best beaches in the world, So it was something good for me. So within my first year in business, I had already helped enough other people make their first checks, and people who were already, doing so well in business. And I can tell you for sure, within my first year, things were going so well. I never now wanted to be associated with what we call poverty. I hated poverty. If you're in this meeting today and you hate poverty, you might be my best friend forever, because I don't want anything associated with poverty, And I continued having those great dreams of probably moving to different destinations. In my second year in business, what was coming up was a Dubai trip vacation. And I saw it to myself. I, as Meshach, I'm not a person of a lesser God. And now that I have this business in my hand and we have travel opportunities, I will never be left behind. I started qualifying to, a lot of them. Others are even all expense paid. And I was like, this is all I need. Imagine you taking a Fly Emirates, business class to a new country where you don't know anyone. A new country, you are not going to visit your relatives, nor your brother, nor your sister, nor your friend. You are only going, for a vacation to enjoy yourself. Nevertheless, I never traveled alone. This is a business of people. If you help other people, you also win. So Dubai was an amazing place, and I will recommend it to you. Put it on your bucket list. I visited the desert, and I realized that, a desert is a good place. I thought probably deserts don't have meaning, but until I rode this quad bike, I realized, being in a desert, or the desert being in existence is something amazing. Talk of the tallest building, Burj Khalifa. Talk of Dubai Mall. So all these experiences are experiences that gives you what we call exposure. When we talk of accumulating wealth, there is a level you can never reach without being exposed. That is why you are always told you need what we call a good environment. An environment whereby you can be able to grow. An environment whereby you can be able to experience new things, new languages. You can be able to engage with people with different reasoning as you, so that you can actually move to a high and a new level of thinking. And if you try and look at this picture, I, as Meshach, found myself in a circle of people who are thinking positively about life. People who will wake up and they could not complain but become grateful. You could hear someone say, I made 3 million this month, but next month I am gonna make 5 million. I mean, those conversations used to challenge me. All these people you see, we took this picture at Dubai, meaning they were all winning. Ladies, young gentlemen, all of them. And by time, in my second year in business, I had already raised more than 10 to 50 millionaires within my organization. Meaning, the business was already not just paying me, but it was also paying other people. And traveling never stopped at that point. There came a time whereby, Cape Town was the next destination. And I said, I'm not going to be left behind. I had already started some different investments. But I said, traveling is something that, I love. I love exploring. And I got a chance to, visit Cape Town. They call it the Mother City. And this is a place you could put on your bucket list as well, because it is an amazing place to be. Talk of the views at the top of the Table Mountains. This is something you might not want to miss, And on top of that, that is Camps Bay. There's a good view of the penguins. I know you guys see them on, Nat Geo Wild, but at this point, probably you could get a chance to experience and see them. So I traveled together with people who believed in me, people who are now saying, if Saitabao Meshach did it, we can also do it. If this gentleman was able to actually, do great through this system, then we can also do it together with him. So this is a business that you don't just win alone, but you also win with other people. So time went by, and I can say all the reasons why I decided to join this industry, I can say I had achieved all of them within this time, meaning it is so doable. I'm just an example of I can do it too. I'm just an example of if this guy was able to do it because I joined this business at the age of 19, then it means you can also do it. And time went by, and within my fourth year in business, we decided that why don't we go and celebrate the 19th year anniversary of the company in the Philippines? So the time came and we flew to Philippines. That was a total of 20 hours plus flight. That was last year, July. So we visited the Philippines. We saw the bigger picture of the business. Take a look at those pictures. I met different leaders. We stopped over at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And that is a view of it. The second picture you see, a little bit dark. That is a view of Malaysia City, and meaning it is doable because we met hundreds and thousands of people who are doing this business and who are winning it so big. We met Africans who are doing also this business. Imagine meeting someone from Ivory Coast, meeting someone from Congo, meeting someone from, Nigeria, Uganda, all of them doing this business. And my mind opened up. I was like, I'm also going to do it even in a bigger way. By this time, the business was paying me so well that I never had to stress about money. I never had to stress about how much, what can I eat? No, I just had to stress about which card am I going to use? Am I going to use this card from this bank or this bank or this bank? Meaning, that is a level you also need to reach because you don't just need to wake up in the morning and what you're going to look for is money. If you move in that direction, meaning accumulating wealth will be impossible. I met this great gentleman called Albert Jasma. This guy invited me together with the leaders I was with to his mansion in Bohol. And this guy used to be a seminarian back in the days, but he decided to join this kind of business and he decided to do it. As we speak today, Albert Jasma in his garage, he was having at least 5 machines. I'm speaking of machine parked in his parking lots. Talk of a Range Rover, you know. He also had Bumblebee. He had a latest pickup Hilux, you know, and also, you know, business. Okay, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, so meaning it is so doable and it is so I got a chance to do a video, but I might not be able to play it today. I also met these ladies. So ladies in the room, I want you to be inspired tonight. I met a lady who's making close to $80,000 a month in Kenyan shillings. That is 10 million Kenyan shillings a month. And she drives a very nice machine. That is
Samesha, your
alarm.
network.
So meaning it is so doable. She has an amazing story. She was an orphan at the age of 3 years. She joined the business at the age of
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, so the experience was so good in the Philippines, but I just don't want to say or talk about the experience that was there, but I want you to see the level of belief that you can develop within this industry or within this business. So when this year came, our company was already celebrating 20 years of existence. And I said, I'm not going to be left behind. I'm also going to journey with this industry. I'm also going to do it forever and for life. So the 20th year anniversary happened this April this year. And I was not left behind as well. I went, met the CEO of the company. This is a visionary man. These are people who are living beyond money. Their goal is to help a lot and enough of people achieve their dreams. And when this vision was given to me, I was like, yes, I'm going to work with it forever. Imagine today you having a system whereby you just make money the same day and you receive money the same day. We call it a same day payout system, meaning if you connect your person A and B left and right and you make 4,800, you can get access to that 4,800 the same day. Can someone go and type SDP in the type inbox? Where is the energy? Where is the good news that I'm giving you tonight? I want to see it in the type inbox. Because if yes, you can have a system like that today. You don't have to wait for you to get paid 12 days a year. Imagine a whole year and you get paid 12 times only. And even sometimes it might be less than 12 because your boss is also trying to figure out things. So they delay your salary. So you might get out of that trap and you can now have a system of your own whereby you can generate money. So season 2 Philippines was amazing because it was my second time. And I flew together with people within my organization and people within the Bonan Vivon organization. We were so many, and we actually had to take a whole kiingia kwa ndege kuna kama space inakaa kama a whole space. So we were just like, we need the whole of this space to be belonging to us. So when we were given tickets, we realized that we are taking a very large space, almost even a quarter plus of the whole plane. And we are all seated in business class, meaning the business was already raising multi-millionaires. So it was not only Meshach who was traveling, but I was traveling together with people who are doing so well. So, and here in our country today, there came a time and I was like, if this money is already money that is too much, why don't I just have my own space? When you start making some good money, you will even start creating problems you don't have. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, it's like I just need to wake up and I can walk around. But if I can continue staying in somewhere that there is no space, then I cannot live comfortably. I decided, why don't I live? Let me try and live in a mansion and feel the ambience in the morning. How can I feel? And this is actually the life this business has been able to give me. Now, that is not all. Let's talk about the mentorship. I cannot say I made it to this far alone, but I made it because of the coaching, the mentorship, the guidance that I was given by the top leaders, people who believed in me before I could believe in myself. And I underwent so many mentorship. I became a member of the Millionaire Circle. I became a Gold Executive Prime, and money was never a problem. Take a look at some of the screenshots and alerts from my account in 2024 January. This business, I unlocked an income of 427,000 within 3.5 weeks. I still remember those days clearly, meaning the business pays. Now, I want you to take a look at these two alerts in the last 2 months. In the last 2 months of this year, that was the month of April and May, of course, this business was able to pay me. I want you to take a look at the gross amount transaction. That is a total of 315,070 Bob Kenyan shillings. And of course, the money was also paid to the government. The government said 15,000 is ours, And in the month of, that is May, the business paid me 287,529. Also, you can see there is money channeled to, of course, what we call the tax. If you combine those two incomes, that is almost, 600,000 or so, meaning the business in the last 2 months, it has paid me over 500,000. Now tell me, if I could continue relying on my salary of, 35,000, and after tax is probably 25,000, and after paying my debt, it is 0 shillings, then this would not be possible. I want you to see a possibility tonight. You came to this session, you are inspired, but I don't want you to leave this session if you have not yet decided and you have not yet, made a decision where your life is going to head to. Now, that is not all. There are people who have really inspired me so much, and that is the president of this organization. He's also the top one most paid in Kenya. I call him Engineer Moses Adika. We call him Mentor Arcelon, When I came and saw this business, I met Engineer Moses seated at the VIP lounge that was in the office. And he opened his account for me. He opened his account, and I saw, by then, I saw some several millions. Roughly, I saw something, I just saw above 30 million. And I was already running crazy because he was giving me his story, and he was formerly a student in the University of Nairobi. He was pursuing engineering, and he still decided to do business. Within his first year, he had already made good money by himself, an Audi A4 white car. With no time, he had already bought himself. That is a BMW. He had already bought himself a BMW M Sport. And as we speak today, He's driving a very nice Range Rover Sport, white in color, KDN 101M. And I was like, wow, I'm so inspired by the story of Engineer Moses, and I'm going to be part of this business. I'm going to start, and I'm not going to be left behind. Because if he did it, why not me? Every morning, even till today, I wake up in the morning, when I'm getting to town, pale kwa parking, I find, his car is always parked there outside 680 Hotel. And I'm like, wow, that is amazing. If this industry is
All right, sir, you can check on your network.
him. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Something to do. Okay, that's good. You can give me a power if you can hear me in the title box. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you so much. So, more car achievers raised through this business, and that is something so amazing. Meaning, it is something that it is doable for each person who just wants to achieve great. Also, I was inspired by the story of Duncan Atukwase, who was a top one Africa, making 14 million a month. This guy decided that I'm going to even, customize my car. It is written Duncan K, meaning it's not only a business whereby Kenyans are winning, but of course, every person. I met this gentleman, Mr. Duncan, severally, going to the Philippines, and I got the true inspiration from him. Now, someone be like, Mr. Meshach, are you really going to help me? The question is, yes, I'm going to help you. This is a guy who was a security guard. His name is Mr. Newton Maitai. He used to work as a security guard, tukapatana na yeye online. And today, his life has really changed from day one. And this is him, everything is running so well. So meaning it is so doable and possible for each person. And this is another lady from the Middle East. She joined the business, and within her first 4 months, she made 500,000. And today she's doing so well. This is another guy, a student. In only 5 months, he was able to qualify to Diani. As we speak, he's in Diani. And he also became a 6-figure income earner. This is another guy who was a journalist. This guy, was working for a national television, but the salary was not enough. And this is him today. I call him the lifestyle king. And also he's a top earner. So if at all, probably, we talk of success, you could see success, here. This was another student from MKU, a hustling student, and I was with him in the Philippines. So meaning it is possible. This is another guy who was a lawyer. We went together with him to Dubai. This was another guy who was a mechanical engineer. And this is him through the mentorship. This is another lady, very young, joined the business at 17. We were with her in Cape Town, and also a multiple 6-figure income earner. We were with her in the Philippines. This is a lady who joined the business also. Her name is Betty Gasheri. Within 8 months, she qualified a vacation to the Philippines. So I want you guys to get inspired. Can someone type inspired in the typing box? I want to see some inspiration coming within the Within the meeting, someone type inspired in the type inbox. Come on. Just type inspired in the type inbox. If you feel the inspiration, this is another guy called Francis. Francis joined the business and he used to live in a house of 2,500. It came a time I told him, Francis, it is time. Get out of where you're living. And within only 7 months, he hit what we call a 2 comma. And he was making a total of, he made his first million within 7 months. So tell me what is impossible under the sun. I was with this gentleman in the Philippines, in South Africa, I mean, in the Philippines as well. And this is another lady. Her name is Agnes. So Madam Agnes was also, a lady, a mom of 2 in a family of 8. She really used to struggle a lot. And as we speak today, this lady is doing so well. She was recognized as the growth driver of the year. She joined the business purely online. Purely online. Yeah, Leonanga Biashara Leo. She told me getting started is how much with the 3 accounts. I told her 42,000. She said, only that, then I'm in for it. Now, let me say this clearly. It all starts with a dream. I do have big dreams through this business, and every man should. Today in South Africa, imagine you are having an organization or you are building a team in a country you have never been into, and people are joining your organization from a country you've never stepped into. You are building a system, you are building an organization in different parts of this world that you have not stepped into. That is what we need in the 21st century. That is exactly what is needed in the 21st century. And I'm telling you for sure, if there is a business that can elevate, change your financial status, is the kind of business you are engaging and listening to tonight. So my question to you is, are you ready to create your future today? Are you ready? Someone type to me, are you ready? Is it a yes or a no? Are you ready to create your future today? Now, these are the mentorship session you'll undergo. And the most important and the biggest value tonight, because I'm getting to a very important time of this session. And we are getting to a session whereby you'll have to determine, are you ready for the mastermind mentorship? Are you ready to be coached with people like Engineer Moses, the president of this organization? Are you ready to meet him in the office? Are you ready to engage with some other leaders who are doing so well? That is the question I have for you tonight. And the moment you get a chance for the mastermind mentorship, you get an unfair advantage over the others. When others are struggling probably to learn, the business, for you who will get a chance to be part of the mastermind mentorship, everything will be easier for you. And number one, you'll be helped at least to make an income of at least 400,000 per month. Imagine, in the first 3 months, you'll be helped to make 400,000. Is that good news or good news? It is definitely good news. You'll also be helped to go to qualify for your first vacation to Diani. You'll also be helped to qualify for your vacation to the Philippines, like I did. And this year we have another vacation to Dubai. You can still be among the qualifiers. And most importantly, you'll be helped to acquire a lot of skills. I know you have a lot of questions. Mr. Meshach, how is it possible? How can I become even more than you? How can I make more money? How can I become a multiple 6-figure income? All you need is skills, because the skills that I'm having or I have acquired, they're the exact thing that are helping me probably, make the income I'm making, and which is also doable, which is also, achievable for each person. So these are the targets. So once you become part of the mastermind mentorship, or once you become part of the program that will be running, then you'll get an advantage of all these things. But what is the good news of all? There's a reason why you should take action. And in this session of tonight, I know we have people who are already like, I'm ready for this business. I'm ready to join. You are seeing people from different corners of this world, becoming part of the business. First of all, we could really prefer to get the most hardworking people in this session. If you know you are hardworking, then that is the first qualification, and you have hit it already. You know, someone else be like, I am ready. Good. Then you need to be coachable. Coachability. Remember, a teacher is the best student. Someone who can teach, then there are people who can also learn. So you need to be very coachable. Someone is already saying, hello, sir, I qualify for those first two. I am very hardworking and I am very coachable. Number 3, we need someone who's very open-minded. I mean, you are someone who will be like, whatever it takes, I understand opportunities of the 21st century. And if those are the things that will help me make my money, then I'm going to do it. So you need to be open-minded, and I would still say believe in yourself. Nobody else is coming to believe in you. You are the only person who can believe in yourself. So my question is, do you really believe in yourself? Because that is that qualification. Someone is already saying, hello, sir, please select me, please choose me. But now I give you the last one. You must be getting started today. That is the last qualification. You must be getting started today. How do you get started? It is very easy. It is very easy. Imagine you getting the value of all the things I have talked about. Look at the value you get. Look at the travel opportunities. Look at the proximity. Proximity is actually, being near people who are doing better. Look at probably, the machines, all those things you are going to achieve. You only need to get started with one account of 29,888. You can also start with a Neoverse of 42,000. You can start with a Technoverse of 123,900. You can also start with a Digiverse of 254,200 and a Megaverse of 505,100. Can someone go type more accounts, more money? More accounts, more money. What do I imply by this? The person who goes for the most accounts, remember the system I told you, the power of 2. It means you can even get a chance to make more money than Mr. Meshach. If today you start with a Megaverse of 505,100, I call it a one-time international membership, meaning it means you will be having a total of 31 accounts. You can make more 4,800 than the person who starts with just the starter pack of 29,800. So if you are someone who is seeing a future, you're someone who wants to build it so big, then my advice to you is go for more accounts, because the more the accounts, the more the money. Now, let me say this clearly, and let me say this to each and every single person here. For you to start this kind of business, or for you, before you make your commitments, I see a lot of people in different, platforms, YouTube, here online also, they are saying, hello, sir, I'm ready right now. But this is it. If you want to start, you definitely have to follow the official company payment credentials, and you'll use them to start. We have an official company pay bill, and that is the only pay bill that exists. There is no other. The reason why the company is 10 years today here in our country, 20 years of existence since it ever started, it is because of openness and integrity. And this official company pay bill, you can use it to start your business or to make your commitment today and right now. Take a screenshot of it and make sure you use it to make your commitment for you to start your business today. So you enter the pay bill, you follow the procedure. Once you go to the account number, you insert your name. Share the payment payment messages to the person who invited you, and they are going to help you start your business right away. And that is not all. You can make excuses or you can make money. But I want to say this, you cannot do both. a moment of silence. I want you to look at the screen. Take a look at those words. They say clearly, you can either make excuses or make money. So I want you to decide. Just decide. Are you going to make an excuse or are you going to make money? Because money is something that comes and goes. There is nowhere that someone's name is written on the money. This money belongs to, so and so. No, 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 no. Money is something that you have today and tomorrow you don't have. So if you have it, use it to make more money. You gotta start something that, yes, you have hope. I can change my life. Yes, I can do it, And on top of that, why should you take action right now? Because opportunities are like sunrises. If you wait for too long, you might miss them. I'm a big believer. I believe in the scriptures. I'm a Christian. And I would say this, in as much as God has shown you something, in as much as you attended the session of today, you've seen people winning, then the question is, why not you? You can also win. You can also do it big. You can also become different. You can also bring change to your life. You can also be the person, speaking like Mr. Meshach today. Tomorrow, you might be the one driving that machine, owning that home, building that car, and taking your children to the high-class schools that you want, or even paying all the debts that you have. This business has the answers to all of your questions. It has the answers of you not living probably the miserable life you don't desire to live and maybe you are in. And lastly, I want to say this. There is nothing worse than missing an opportunity that was presented to you, that you spent an hour of your time listening, and yet you decided not to change your life. It means then you need to repay yourself in one way or the other, because this business was presented to you, and it means you have somewhere to repay, and that is by deciding, and that is by choosing a better future for yourself. So I'm going to see in the typing box how many of us are saying, hello sir, I'm ready and I'm starting today and right now. Just go type, I'm the one. Just type, I'm the one. And all the leaders in the session, I want you to check on all the platforms. These people will be reaching out to you. Help them secure their mentorships and, plug them in the right way to the mentorship programs. And definitely, I'm 100% sure they are going to be the next big stories we are having on board. May God bless you. And I'm 100% sure we are going to journey together. Make sure you win this July in a bigger and in a greater way. May God bless you. And I want to say welcome so much on board. Welcome back, my host.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. The session has just been a very, very powerful session. Thank you so much, our very own top leader, top mentor, Sam Meshach, for that powerful and very much inspiring session. Ladies and gentlemen, join hands. Let's go pale kwa chat box. Let's appreciate him for the amazing work that he has done. I believe every person who has been in